What's up, my MMA on the Island family? Welcome back to another interview, and joined with me today is Eddie St. Bernard, the man himself. Eddie, thank you for joining me here today on the pod. I appreciate you hopping on. So Eddie, I want to start like I do with all these interviews. You know, from the very beginning, brother. You were born and raised in Deer Park, if I'm not mistaken, right? So take me through that early childhood life. Were you one of those kids that were playing a lot of sports, involved, or were you a good school troublemaker? Take me through a young Eddie. You know what I mean?
Young Eddie, always competing, always doing sports. I think the first sport I played was like baseball. From there, kind of did the whole thing: baseball, basketball. Tried wrestling some point in time. Didn't really like it. After a while, I think I started getting into wrestling in high school. That's when I started taking it seriously. I can't really say I was much of a troublemaker. Both my parents are correctional officers, so they really weren't.
Oh, you didn't have a choice. You were straight as an arrow, sir.
The lights come on outside. Gotta go inside,
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So it definitely wasn't like any type of troublemaker.
How were you in school, I guess you could say? Were you a good student, or it wasn't for you, really?
I'm not really a great student. I can't sit there and focus and watch it. I'm more like an active guy. So when it comes to these type of sports, I think that's where I really, where everything kind of fits in. School, sitting around is not my thing.
Nah.
Still went to college, though. Still went to Morgan State for a little bit.
What did you major? It was Morgan State, you said? What did you major in while you were there?
I was majoring in computer science.
Okay. Oh, wow. Wow, that's difficult. That's difficult. For someone who doesn't like school, I mean, you didn't make life easy for you, I'll tell you that.
I definitely didn't.
Yeah.
Probably not the best.
Yeah.
But it was fun for the
Yeah,
time.
so how long did you go for? What was
I was
the
in
stay?
there for like a year.
Okay,
I only stayed for
gotcha.
so long.
Okay.
After that,
Okay, very nice. Well, we'll get into that Army stuff in just a bit, but let's start with going back to high school. You wrestled in high school for Deer Park. All leagues. I know you placed in counties, right, as well. You said you didn't really enjoy wrestling, though. So was wrestling something
no,
you?
I love wrestling.
Oh, okay, all right. You off the bat, you're like, I'm not really a big fan. I was like, I mean, listen, people are great at their sports and not good at it, but clearly you were don't love it, but clearly you were great at it. So take me through the wrestling career at Deer Park.
Deer Park, actually started wrestling after playing football. I played football a lot longer.
Okay.
But my buddy was like, hey, will wrestling help football get into town? So it's like, well, why not try it? I found out that I really didn't like football that much. Wrestling is a sport I need to be doing. Going to the room every day was like, that was like the real part of school I wanted to go to. Going down the room, wrestling, just trying to get better. The whole like man versus man of the sport was the best thing ever. I think I started in sophomore year, so I did that for about 3 years. Gotta go in.
Yeah, and then how did you do in terms of like placing in your wrestling career?
I think my first year was JV. The second junior and senior year I placed in leagues. I think I was like fourth place. My senior year I did place in leagues. I did place in counties a long time ago, dude. I'm thinking. I think I was fourth or third in leagues for 2013. Counties, I don't really remember. I don't think I placed. I played out maybe. Yeah, it was a while ago now.
Yeah, a long time ago. Yes. I know. You have the documentation on the gram. I saw it myself, my own two eyes, folks. So if you want to check out Eddie's Insta, it's there. I promise. But Eddie, let's get into now. So you graduated from Deer Park High School. You gave Morgan State a shot. You realized that computer science and just school was not for you, and then you enlisted in the Army. So take me through that decision in 2014 to join the U.S. Army. I told you coming into this, brother. I do my research. I know.
Yeah, definitely. I was like, wait a second, that's some good math there. Like, you can just guess there.
No guessing. No guesswork in this industry, brother. Only facts. But talk to me.
2014, always knew when to fight. I figured, let me go join the Army. I wanted to enlist as a infantryman, but they were all out of slots. Army had too many infantrymen, so I went field artillery. I did that for a while. I was a MRS, Field Fire Direction Center, so I basically just told people where to shoot rockets and whatnot. No big deal. But,
nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Yeah.
But did that for a while. Feel like that's what really made me want to fight. Getting there, being around like those the big guys, the killers, the guys that really want to be there.
Yes.
And yeah. Actually, I picked up, I started boxing around then, around the end of service, yeah.
Okay.
I used to go to the gym every day. That was like the whole workout, 3 times a day. After a while, my boys was like, let's go like in the back and start like boxing. And after that, I'm like, yo, this is fun. This is cool, you know.
So you kind of discovered I mean, obviously you wrestled, but you discovered kind of boxing and combat sports through your time in the Army. You know, you're not alone. Mr. O'Day, he's behind us. You see him sparring, right? You know, doing some pad work right here, doing some shadowing. That's actually exactly how he got into it as well. And when he was in when he started boxing and had his first boxing fight, actually, while he was still enlisted, and it's a dope story, actually. I mean, you'll have to ask him yourself. And then I'm making, just for a little announcement on the pod, I'm making a documentary on 5 of our fighters here at the gym, and he's one of them. So, be on the lookout for that. You'll hear many more stories like that. Coming soon. Yes, sir. The Marine himself, Mr. O'Day. But what would you say you learned the most and took away from your time in the Army? How long were you there, and what would you say you took away and learned from that?
2 years. I'd definitely say my biggest takeaway was never give up. Went through a lot of hard times there, seen a lot of crazy shit, even though, definitely say never give up. If you give up, you just kind of makes you a quitter. That's the biggest takeaway. You never want to quit anything. Want to finish it as hard as you can.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's evident in your fighting style, brother. No quit for Mr. St. Bernard. So what in terms of the military? So it's only 2 years, and I'm not like 100% sure how it works. So are you still like in the reserves, or is you're just done? You're like completely ties are cut. Okay, you're just a veteran now. Well, thank you for your service in the time being, Mr. St. Bernard. What are some things like now that you are a veteran that like benefits for you that you currently see in your life? Is there anything that you still get nowadays that you were in the Army for a bit?
School. I have my associates now. Army paid for, the government paid for my whole schooling now. Trying to buy a house now. Trying to buy a house now. They're gonna give me a loan. Don't have to put a down payment down. So that's kind of cool. Other than that, yeah, just.
Where did you get your associates from? Just very nice, right? And what was that in?
That's in business administration.
Business administration.
It's different than computer science.
Yes. But I feel like business is just more broad, and you can use it for so many more things. You know what I mean? Like computer science is like you're gonna be a computer guy sitting behind a desk. You know what I mean? But like that's business administration.
Now it's like, all right.
Yeah, absolutely. So what would you say in terms of the military itself? Do you believe like the wide just like audience and people like this? Do you feel like there's enough respect for our military and our troops nowadays? Do you think it's more open? Because I feel like some people may think otherwise.
More respect?
Yeah. Do you feel that they get the respect and treatment that they deserve? You know what I mean? Being that they're putting their lives on the line and for this country.
Not necessarily. A lot of the guys looking back now, being 28 now, looking back at it, there's a lot of kids who have their lives on the line. Looking back at it, you think everybody that goes in now, that's like a grown man. No, when you're 18, you still have a kid's mind. You're still not thinking right. Those kids, I feel like they don't get that much appreciation for taking your time, going to some random state, meeting all these people, and being away from your family for who knows the amount of time, the amount of danger you put yourself in, especially when you have a combat job. Also, when you have that, there's a lot of suicide and stuff like that. I was at I fought LIJJN a few weeks back, and this one guy was telling me he lost 6 friends to suicide. I lost like 2 myself. It's a problem in that world where people don't even see it as much.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I don't think that's something that's nearly talked about enough because, you guys being veterans and having that camaraderie, you see it in your lives, but a lot of people that don't, like myself and others who just are completely, not really in tune with that space and just don't know that many people that serve. That's not something that you really hear about. So I'm sorry for his losses, and that's something that I think really needs to be addressed. So hopefully, that's a message that can be reached out, and more support for our troops for sure. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones in the front lines protecting our country, and it's beautiful that we have this freedom that we do because it ain't everywhere. I'm sure as everybody knows. But let's pivot away from that. Let's start talking. Where we are. We're at Long Island MMA right now, and my man himself, he's a BJJ. You're still blue belt, right, brother? You blue belt.
I'm still not getting my pro belt.
Yes, on the way. Oh no, you're right there, right, knocking at the doorstep. But BJJ blue belt, you competed in mixed martial arts as well as an amateur. So first, what brought you to BJJ? Just in general, when did you first get your starts there?
So I did a little bit when I was younger. My dad was a blue belt, but I was then correctional. I was a correctional officer, so I started doing what I'm in. A few years back, I said I wanted to go give back, so I started teaching at my high school, started doing the kids wrestling. After a while, my buddy Kenny Scabarosi from Wind Jiu-Jitsu came down. He was like, hey, we're doing jiu-jitsu, I think you'll like it, blah, blah, blah. Come down, I think it was a Wednesday. Went down that Wednesday, I was like, this is great, literally never stopped. And at one point, when got shut down during COVID, we were doing it in a shed for a while, just constantly nonstop work. After a while, it was like, not even a while, it was, so when I started doing it, I was like, okay, I'm doing it, let me compete in it. Compete, I think I won my first 2 tournaments, got my blue belt, started doing it from there, and I was like, all right, well, I'm decent at jiu-jitsu, let me get some striking, let me start mixing it up. Came here, started putting everything together, and yeah, did some tournaments, had some kickboxing fights, and
Absolutely. So take me through like the years of that. So what year would you say did you first start jiu-jitsu, and then when did you come to Lima to start learning the striking aspect of it as well?
I think 2019 is when I started, 2019, 2020 I'd say. And I was doing that for about 2 years. So I'd say about, it's 24 right now, I'd say about 20, edit. I'd say like 2022, 2021, I started to come to kickboxing, and at West Bab with Chris Wade, started doing that. Yeah, so I'd say about a solid 2 years, 3 years kickboxing right now.
There you go. There you go. So it's just you really that's not that much time. I mean, watching you compete, it looks like you have more time. So that's just that natural athlete in you, I guess you could say.
I'm just obsessed, dude. Once I start liking something, that's all I think about. So I want to get better. Right. Just piling on and piling on, Yeah.
And speaking of, are you a fight fan outside of that? Like, do you watch fights, or are you more just like, okay? So do you have any is there anyone who kind of inspired you outside of, obviously you got the friend, from Win BJJ that got you into it, but do you have any inspiration in terms of professionals or in either world, in the BJJ or MMA?
That professionals. Might hurt, but I definitely say Adesanya. Once Adesanya beat Brain Fart. Well, since Adesanya got his belt, I was a fan since then and watched Strickland take it. But I was a super Adesanya fan.
The style bender's a beast, man, and I think that. Personally, I don't think his title. I mean, this title reign, obviously, his first one came to an end, but I think there may be one more on the horizon. I don't know about you. And that middleweight division is wide open, right?
Yeah. There's a lot going on.
Yes. MMA's UFC 300 too. I mean, we excited for that. What's the fight we're most excited for?
I'd say Perrier and Hill. I think it is, right? Is that one? Yeah. Perrier and Hill. I want to see that. I don't think I've seen Hill fight, but I'm watching Perrier fight for a while now. I think my buddies went to his class in Connecticut. I was watching him doing videos.
Really? He went to his classes? Because I actually have a friend who he's from Connecticut, and one of his buddies trains at the same gym as Potan. And I was like, yo, I'm coming to visit you, and I'm bringing me and my camera in there, and I'm gonna be like, yo, I know you don't speak that good English. I'll learn Brazilian. I'll learn your language, brother. Yeah, I'll have Google Translate out, bro. I just want to talk to you, bro, because it's him and Glover Teixeira. Yeah. It's a sick gym that they got, and apparently it's local to my boy. I'm like, yo, let me stay on the couch for a bit, and let me train. Just even just training at that gym, that has to be sick. Because he's an animal. He's an animal.
That'd be cool to train any of those gyms. I was just watching the Teixeira John Jones fights.
Yes, way back, yeah. Back before Glover even got his belt, which is crazy because his whole thing is crazy too. Just because he was, just because he was a long time veteran, and then he gets his belt right when he's freaking on the end of tail and his career, 41 years old. That's just nuts. That's just nuts. But that goes back to what you said earlier about never giving up, right? If he gave up, he quit. At 39, 40. He'd never be able to put UFC champion on his resume. But now he can do that. He got that gold belt.
Yeah, or he quit when he got sent back to I forgot what country he's from. I think it was Brazil, right? Yeah, bro. I think he got sent back to Brazil. Had to get a passport and all that stuff to get right. And he's again, it's like the whole never quit thing. If you said, fuck it, I'm in Brazil, I'm chilling, you'd never be.
He could have been, that could have been it. But perseverance is a big theme here on today's interview. But let's talk about your fighting career a little bit. You went, so you made your debut, I think it was it 2021 you made your debut with Flex Fight Series? So take me through that debut, that moment. Were you really nervous making that walk, or are you more someone who's kind of cool, calm, collected in that moment?
No, I was cool, calm, and collected. It was it was supposed to happen. I think I'm only nervous for like a day. But once I get to the stage, when I see the cage, and see the opponent right there, it's go time. Nothing else, nowhere to run. It's hey, we gotta get in that cage, we gotta fight. That's all it is, you know. It was I really wanted to do it.
Yeah, and then what was it like now, take me through that fight and getting that hand raised? What was it like that moment? I saw it. I saw the emotion on your face, brother. You were hype. You were hype, and I would be equally as excited, you know what I mean? But, so what was that? What was the emotion running through you that time?
I felt like a fucking warrior, dude. It was like getting hand raised. It felt better than any wrestling match. Felt better than like any jiu-jitsu match getting hand raised. It felt like great, you know? Like, okay, I finally went out there. It was all 3 rounds.
Yeah.
He just kept running at me. It was fun, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to talk about your next bout now. That was earlier this year, and that one did not go your way. So take me through that fight. Did you feel that you had won that fight, or was it just a really tough fight and it ended up not going your way?
I feel like I won that fight. I think I won 2 rounds to 1. Judges say the same. And that's what happens when you don't finish the fight. So next fight, looking to finish some fights, you know. But that was a hard guy. Angel. Yeah. Angel was a hard opponent. He was like 6'5", 6'6", dude. He's the tallest. I don't see taller dudes like that here. Yeah, he was reaching me for a while. He made a few combinations. I had him back, of course, but it was, I'd say it's a good fight, at least. It sucks to lose, but it was a good opponent. Okay.
Yeah, super competitive. So when should we're getting to your BJJ competitions after this, but when would you expect you to be mixed martial arts in the cage again? What's the ideal for you?
May 10th is the plan.
May 10th is the plan? Okay.
Supposed to be April 13th, but that didn't work out, so
yeah. Okay, May 10th. And do we have an opponent yet, or are we just we're in the works?
It's in the works. I'm pretty sure.
But for flex fights, right?
Yeah,
yes.
Flex,
okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's in the works. I seen the guy, I seen him, so I think we're good to go. We'll see what happens. I keep getting canceled, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's being around the amateur fight game. I commentate myself for a few promotions, so I get it. It happens. It happens very, very often.
Yeah.
Guys, they think, oh, I want to fight, and then one day later, they're like, oh, wait, actually, never mind, I'm good. Yeah. Actually, I don't want to get in a cage with another dude and fight to someone who cannot fight any longer. Literally, to the fucking death. That's really what it is. It's crazy. But it's a beautiful thing. So now take me through BJJ and your career there. I know you've placed in a bunch of competitions, and you had a most recent competition as soon as, was it this past weekend? Yeah. So take me through pretty much the whole BJJ competition career and your highs and lows, brother.
Competition career. I'd say the first one was out here. I did a bunch of Pride tournaments. I would say that's the high. Did a bunch of Pride. Did like 3 or 4 of those. I think I only had one where I didn't place. I definitely say my low was my first 2 LIJJNs. I went this guy against Evan Gold something from Soka. He got me. I got subbed with a paper choker and gi, and points in no-gi match. I definitely say I was a low. Highs definitely now, I'd say. Came back with this last guy, submitted him in about 2 minutes with the arm bar. So that was that's pretty quick to myself.
So how did you do in that this past weekend?
This past weekend I ended up getting bronze. Went like 3-1. First match didn't go my way. Well, it did go my way. I subbed the guy with a triangle. But during that exchange before the end of the match, something happened where he rolled my ankle. It was kind of gets to the whole match. Oh, God. No. Fought the whole match. Fought the rest of the matches with like one leg. Ended up subbing that guy again, beat another guy. Lost the one guy. He went for the other ankle. Not the best, but ended up getting bronze. So not that bad.
Hey, listen, not bad. Now, listen, you're placing. You're in that top 3. You're on the podium, so that's what I'm talking about. So what was your record overall? Was it being that you were in bronze? Like how many guys did you fight? What was it 3-1? 3-1. Very nice.
Which ain't bad to say the least.
No, dude, you kidding me? Listen. Yes, of course. We're always going for the gold, especially as competitors. I'm a competitive motherfucker myself, so if I don't win something, I'm pissed off. So you're in bronze and you're just like, fuck, I should have won. I'm better than that guy at gold, like in your head. Now I feel that. Even if it's not true, the competitiveness in you is like, I can beat him though. Yes, exactly. So are we? Because before you were always planning on doing this competition right before your fight, or was that something? Are you going to be doing another competition before your MMA bout, or are you looking to just?
Yeah, more than likely I'm gonna find something good Wednesday nice and fresh.
Yes.
I love competing, so it's like,
Clearly.
it's hard to stay away from.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. Very nice. Very nice. So I want to talk a little bit about fighting in general, and just fighters themselves. Do you feel there's like misconceptions regarding people who choose to fight and that are fighters? Do you feel like general consensus? Do you feel that people look at people a different way because they're like, hey, I'm a fighter, like I train, I fight?
Yeah, 100%. Some guys, you tell me to fight, you feel like you get like a whole different vibe. You can talk to them, say that, and some people are super cool. There's some people are like, oh, you like to fight people. Like, let's leave you alone. You know, you kind of see like the weird looks and the eyes start batting around.
And you feel that's warranted? Because I mean, personally, you think so? Sometimes. Okay.
Sometimes you got like a badass dude. I mean, you're gonna be scared a little bit, I guess, for some people. But I don't think so. I feel like it's another sport. You know, it's not like like samurai's about to go cut people's heads or something like that. It's a martial art. It's not something using this to go beat people up. It's self-defense, if anything. You know, I feel like it's no different than seeing a 6'8" football player. You know.
Exactly. And they're running into each other, hurting each other, and it's like, oh, just because I punch and kick and I don't tackle, it's. But no, I mean. I believe that as well. I mean, listen, some of the nicest dudes, like everyone here is, I mean, at the gym and MMA, I mean, nice as hell. I haven't met someone who's a dickhead yet, you know what I mean? Like, or just someone who's like real hard ass, like badass motherfucker. Like, listen, we got badass motherfuckers in here, but they're the nicest dudes in the world. So, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I think that's something I see as well, very prevalent in, fighters scary, but I mean, just talk to these dudes for 5 minutes. They're usually I feel like the guys who can fight, motherfuckers who can really fight, the nicest dudes in the room, most times.
Asshole, if you fight that asshole, it's like you're gonna get humble real quick. You're gonna come see him next week with a different attitude. You got people like Ryan right here, you know, he's nice.
Yeah, not nice guy, but that was a former UFC top contender. You know what I mean? And that's just how it is. But it's unfortunate that that's the case. But of course, that's just what people think. Oh, they fight, so that's just what it's gonna be.
Nothing wrong with you. I mean, there's a little bit of something when everybody gets in the cage, but I feel like generally most fighters are like chill dudes. You know?
Yeah, no, exactly. Like you, bro. Like we're sitting here shooting the shit, my man. You know, like there's no problem with that. Former army too. Like there's literally a walking badass. Let me tell you, Eddie. And you're just chilling. You're chilling, brother. Yeah. Boost the ego a little bit, brother. I got you. Let's go. What was that? Yeah. Take a drink. Listen, not sponsored by C4, but listen, if you want to sponsor me on the island, my DMs, my messages are open.
I'll take a sponsor.
Yeah, listen, Eddie. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I mean, he used it for the energy, and clearly it's working. But let's go back to now to more like your friends, family life a little bit. Are your friends and family like supportive of your goals in fighting and competing in BJJ and MMA? Like, is it, or are they more kind of like the scared? 'Cause I know some people, like some moms came and watched their son fight. Like, is that the case for you, or is it more like they're just supportive of you?
My mom does not like watch me fight. My mom would not come to jiu-jitsu, like anything jiu-jitsu. She used to come to the wrestling matches, but that was too much for us. So get in the cage now, I know she's not gonna come. Friends, family, my dad actually has came to like every match ever. Any sport that I've ever done, my dad comes. I'll be in New Jersey, my dad came me down there. Only time I didn't come was when I was playing semi-pro in Oklahoma. But other than that, he's always there. Friends, family. My friends are actually really supportive. I think a lot of people come out the woodworks like saying, hey, good fight or whatever, or they'll tell me they seen my fight. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know I had you on Instagram, dude. It's like, I'm getting a lot of support. Somebody told me that, you're like representing Deer Park, so everybody's coming out. So, it's something I really appreciate.
Yeah, no, that's definitely awesome. And how important is that to have those people, kind of in your corner, supporting you, having your back?
It's great. It's super important for me, at least. Know that, hey, at the end of the day, it's not only fighting for myself, just to be better than the next guy. So I'm putting my talent on the map. Now I have to show out. I gotta come with everything I have, because now I'm making everybody look bad if I start with.
Yes, exactly. That's my big thing, because like I want to jump in there one day, at least just one time, to compete in MMA. But that's why I'm like, being in front of all those people, the loved ones, it's like that added pressure. I feel like it just elevates it. But especially if you don't want to disappoint those people that you love. But Eddie, so what do you do? Just outside of training, BJJ and MMA. What do you do for work? What does like a daily life look like for Mr. St. Bernard?
I'm a salesman. So I'm on business. I do pest control right now. I'm trying to start my own business, start doing my own thing for next year so I can run my business and fight like the rest of these guys. You know?
Okay. What is the business? Is it the sales or is it something?
It's kind of sort of pest control, so I get
Okay.
on sales now.
Okay. Got you. Very nice. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that business grow. And if you have any sort of plugs that you want to plug, I mean, feel free to plug it now. I don't know if you got like an Instagram or anything like that.
Well, my business is called, I have two of them actually. One's called Bug Boys Pest Control, servicing Suffolk County, Nassau County right now. The second business is called Strictly Bees. So it's for anytime you have those beehives around your house, you don't want to call one of the regular companies and get on a contract or anything like that. I'll just come to your house, service those bald-faced hornet nests, those carpenter bees, those yellow jacket palms, anything like that. You just go and call Strictly Bees. I'll be at your house.
There you go, absolutely. So my man's hustling, and he got two businesses. If you have these services, and most people do, my man Eddie can provide. So let's get wrap things up here. So let's talk away from fighting now. What are you passionate about besides fighting? What do some of your hobbies look like? What do you like to do? What are you into? What are you watching? What are you listening to? Talk to me. Let's learn a little bit more about Eddie. Yeah.
So music, I love music. I make sure I go to a few concerts every year. Favorite artist right now, I'd say probably Tyler Creator's a go-to.
Okay.
Yeah. What am I listening to? Probably that last Kanye tape, that last Future tape, stuff like that. Right now, I'm an avid shooter, shoot a lot, probably because of the Army. So I do that a lot. Other than that, if I'm not shooting, I'm not training, I'm just going to be gaming.
What are you playing?
Right now, Hell Let Loose, and I'm back on PUBG. I don't play PUBG.
PUBG, I did not, because I wasn't really a PC. Mainly just PlayStation. So like PUBG was just like PC, right?
No, I'm Xbox. It's Xbox.
Oh yeah, it's Xbox.
Yeah,
Okay.
A while back, actually.
But also, I'm not an Xbox guy either. So I've been listen. I'm ride or die PlayStation. I've been that way my whole life. It's more, and even if like Xbox will one day be objectively better than PlayStation, I'll still rock a PlayStation. That's how it is.
Dude, I had an Xbox. I had the Xbox original and had every system till now.
Yes, I grew up on the PS3, and that was like my first, and then it kept going. Obviously 4 and then 5. So that's just I have to. You gotta stay true to your roots. It's just something you said about loyalty. You know what I mean? Even down to little shit like fucking your game devices, consoles. Talk to me about some of your obviously starting your own business. I think that's a big short-term goal for you. But what else are some of your short-term and long-term goals? Like, is the goal to compete in MMA in a professional level at some point?
That is the ultimate goal. Get up there and fight for one of these big leagues. Try to get as many fights as possible. Get as good as I can. Compete at the top levels with the best fucking guys and see what I got in me. See how hard I am. And fucking make my way up there. I'm tough as fuck. Maybe get the PFL, make it the UFC, see what happens. But I know I'm at the very beginning right now, so it's hard work till then.
Yeah, listen, there's a lot of work to be done, and many people have done it. I know, someone like Rob Font, he didn't even get to a gym, I'm pretty sure, until he was 27 years old, and now he's a ranked guy, in one of the most stacked divisions in the UFC. So, listen, Eddie, the future seems very bright for you, brother. Is there any quotes or mottos that you live by, that kind of gets you through the days, or anything that, some people may have some stuff like that, or maybe it's like faith or something like that? Take me through something that kind of motivates you.
It's gonna be super booty,
booty,
but it's the Army thing, I guess. There's a Army ethos or whatever, right? One of the scripts and ethos is never quit. And I literally live by that. Anything I do, the first match I hurt my fucking ankle. I could have stopped right then. Even our coach was like, hey, this is hurt. He thought it was probably sprained, but I'm like, yo, if I quit right here, I'm not going to forgive myself. So wrestled fucking, did whatever the fuck you call it, for the next 4 guys and stayed in there. And it hurt like hell after, but it's worth it. I literally can't quit. I will not quit no matter what.
All right, so listen, there's no quitting this man. You're not going to see him tapping in the octagon. I'll tell you that. You're going to be the type of guy that will break a limb or be unconscious before putting that hand and tapping out. That's all. I respect the hell out of that. That's all some Tony Ferguson type of shit. And I love that. Kukui. What would you say is I guess the ultimate dream is to be, like a professional fighter, right? So I guess we can move past that, or is there any other?
Freedom, actually. I mean, that's when I do it. Freedom, being to do what I want to do, whatever I want to do when I want to do it.
Yeah. All right. Hey, listen. That's the dream I feel. That's the perfect dream for everybody. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, be able to do what you want, when you want, how you want it, right?
Exactly.
But let's finish up here. Is there anything that anybody else should know about Mr. Eddie St. Bernard? Anything that we may have omitted?
Nothing is God first. Other than that, no. No.
All right. Well, listen, that was my interview here on MMA on the Island with Eddie St. Bernard. Watch out for his fight May 10th for Flex Fight, opponent TBD, but I got a feeling that we're already looking at the winner regardless of who's standing across from him. But for Joe Frescon over here at MMA on the Island, appreciate you guys tuning in. And be sure to check out for Eddie's, up and coming businesses if you take care of all of your needs in terms of pest control, bees, and everything in between. So take care, everybody. And Eddie, thank you so much for hopping on, brother. It was a pleasure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.